Good morning, guys. It's about 6:45, 7 a.m. and I already have my coffee. I'm still pretty tired. I slept like a log last night. Pretty standard camp. Oh man. Dude, I'm an idiot. I always tell you guys to park or set up your camp under a tree so you don't get wet. This is why. I have the bike parked under the palapa and everything's all dry. But I didn't pull the bike all the way in. And so it's all soaking wet back here. Oh well, it's just wet. It's about 11 a.m. and I may have just made a tactical error. I'm at this little joint and I just had a taco made out of pork stomach, not the pork belly, but the actual stomach, like tripa. And then I had a actual tripe taco. This gentleman sensed my adventurous eating desire of the day, and so he also gave me beef heart and a pickled pig skin. So I'm stuffed with all kinds of odds and ends, and we'll see how I feel in 8 hours. Life's all about risk, right? Like, when am I gonna get the opportunity to eat a beef heart taco again? Like, by the way, it was all delicious. The pickled pig skin was a little slimy, had strange texture. The beef heart was actually, it was almost, boy, it had a really good consistency. I would have pictured it being squishy, but it's actually a little toothsome. So there's my professional review of carnitas y chicharrones señoritas. Well, we bumped into a saddlebag debacle, boys. I know saddlebag debacle sounds like a Spanish word for some kind of like a bison steak or something, but it's not. It just means you have a problem with your saddlebag. And if you remember from my video, when we were in Slab City, my saddlebag blew open, which was the first saddlebag debacle we had. There was a reason that happened. That happened because the lock on my saddlebag is broken. So I spent the last hour bouncing around Loreto. I found the parts I need to jerry-rig it, I think. So I'll proceed when we get to camp. Got a bunch of animals crossing the road here. I just saw them. Goats this time. This time it's goats. There are no shortage of animals on the road in Baja. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't ride through Mexico at night, not because of the people. The roads are just unsafe. You hit one goat, brother, that's a bad day. You'll be barria. Well, looks like we got another checkpoint. Looks like he's waving me on through. Tares. They were nice. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's like 4 to 5 foot swells
and whitecaps all the way across the bay. And this is rough weather. It is really windy. I hope this does not put a damper on my Saddlebag camping trip. It's pretty rough out there, man.
Well, this place is really awesome, but it is wind central. Quality of life means so much when you're out living on the road like this, man. When I was at Cerritos Beach and my tent felt like it was gonna blow over, I had sand everywhere. It'll just bum you out, you know? Flip the camera around, I'm gonna show you guys something really cool. So this is a cool little peninsula that cuts across this little island. And at low tide, like right now, you can actually walk across it. I'm gonna steal an aerial shot from someone else and show you guys a photo of that right now. It's pretty cool, cool spot. I got this new microphone. It's the Rode Wireless Go 2, and I hope that this is blocking out all of this wind because it was a very expensive microphone. Paid as much for the microphone as I paid for my GoPro. Hope it does this little job. Come on, little buddy. I'm not gonna camp here. I'll keep looking. Hope I find something that's kind of protected. The wind's blowing from the north, so at least I know where I have to look for protection. All right, well, I'm down at Saddlebag and still wind, wind, wind. All I do is win, win, win no matter what. You guys haven't got used to my bad jokes by now, don't. So they're not going to get any better ever. Just suffer with me. Suffer with me and everybody else I know. It'd be really nice to stay here. It's a beautiful place. It's very people-y. And it's very windy. I'm not going to put up with this wind. I don't deserve this. I deserve better than this. I'm 2,500 miles into my trip, and I'm not going to sleep in a shaky tent all night unless I'm the one doing the shaking. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to find another place. Mulahey is probably 30 minutes away, and there's internet, Wi-Fi, and I think the little valley that it's in will keep me safe from the wind. So this is a great place. I'll put it on my list for next time. It's just not worth it. See ya. This is a cool town. I showed it a little bit in one of my earlier videos, but you couldn't see very much of it. Oh, that guy looks nice. And Google just sent me the wrong way down a one-way road. Google will do that to you in Mexico. And we're back to a two-way road. That's nice. Thank you, Google. Mucho apreciado. I don't know if that's how you say much appreciated in Spanish. So I'm going to check out this RV park campground called Don Chano. And the other place I stayed at here is a good option. I think it's going to be windy because it's closer to the inlet where the water comes in, and that seems to be where all the wind's coming from. And the Wi-Fi was pretty shit too. I'd like to upload a video or two so I can make room on my phone to edit more videos for your entertainment and your viewing pleasure. Dude, that place across the road looks cool. It's a fancy resort. I don't have those big bucks. One of these days, I'm gonna get a bunch of followers and I'm gonna be able to spend $30 a night. Huerta Don Chano. Tent, camping, all the things. Hot showers, Wi-Fi. I'm gonna have a talk with old Don here and let him know what my expectations are.
because I'm fancy and I require only the finest accommodations. I'll be back. He's gonna kick me out.
Earlier we discussed the Saddlebag debacle boys. So I'm gonna show you my fix and then I'll show you what broke. The fix seems pretty generic, but it's working pretty good. So here's what I did. I took one of these gate hasps and put it here. And then I could take one of these guys, clip them in, and lock this saddlebag closed. Now, this isn't going to be a permanent solution, so I didn't want to drill holes. So what I did is I took some of this UHB tape. If you guys have ever used this, it is strong. It is strong. It's the same stuff that they use on the GoPro mounts. So I took some of that and I put it underneath here and here. So I'll show you what's wrong with the bag. These clips go in here and lock. That's the issue. So what had happened was when my bag was closed and I was riding, my bag was open like this. I could stick my finger in there. So I needed something to pull it tight. So now like this, you can see I got a good seal in there again. So my bag should be waterproof. It only cost me about $8 USD. And now I have some of that tape on me, which is a good idea. I'm gonna figure a way to fix that a little bit better when I get home, but at least I won't yard sell everything down the highway again. All right, I'm gonna finish setting up my camp right here. It's a pretty cool little campground. Nice and quiet. Hot showers. Super slow Wi-Fi like everywhere else in Mexico. And right along the river. I'll show you guys a little bit more of Mulahay after I'm done setting my camp. So there are two like 7-Eleven type stores in Mexico. You get the Six and Oxxo. Six usually has a better deal. You can get 8 beers, which is too many for me to drink by myself these days. The 8 beers, $5. They usually get about 75 cents a piece for a can. I'll pop in, grab a couple cans of beer, and get some tacos. By the way, I still feel good after eating the cow heart and the pig guts. So I've got that going for me, which is nice. Yeah, hey, I'm next. Me next. Say hola, Poto Fanáticos. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. I just grabbed 2 tall cans and a bag of Doritos, 2 little candy things, $5, and I'm gonna go grab some tacos. I'm gonna go sleep because I'm tired. I've heard from the day that I got into Mexico that the hamburgers here are really good. I just passed this rickety looking stand that sells hamburgers, so I'm gonna find out. Well, this lady said they're gonna open. I've been waiting about 10 minutes. And I'm losing faith that I'm ever gonna get one of these elusive Mexican hamburgers. What's a guy gotta do to get a hamburger around here? wait for the second coming. Yeah, I'm hungry. I can't wait. All right, I'm getting hangry. I can tell. I can tell. It'll be okay, John. You'll eat. Relax. Tranquilo. Tranquilo. God, I can't believe the camera doesn't roll for that. It's super, super windy down here. Probably, I don't know, 40-mile-an-hour winds or something. And I had this hawk just fly right in my mouth, deep-throated, made me gag. I got pixie dust in the back of my throat right now. Better close mouth laugh. I've had bugs in my teeth a lot, but I've never deep-throated one. I'm back at camp. It's pretty windy out, but my camp is protected by these trees all the way around. And these banana trees actually stop a lot of that wind from getting my tent. You can see that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a flower of a banana tree. This is what it looks like. There's little fruits in here, or little seeds in here you can eat. See if there's any bananas on this tree. Yeah, look at this. Could be plantains. Probably plantains. Do I eat one? I bet I'd have a sour mouth for a week, dude. I'm not eating one. No, I'm gonna do that. I do have a step 2. It's a new one. It's my very first Tecate Light. Well, that's good. You know I might like that better than Tecate? What if I've been making a mistake the last 3 weeks I was in Mexico? I ate, so I feel much better. I'm not grumpy anymore. That's a night, man. Pretty good night. Oh, I wonder if you guys can catch me in the sunset. I don't think so. I don't think it's not really showing up on the camera. Well, that's it for today. See what tomorrow brings.